Hello, my name is Kelly Donlin. Sorry, I get a little emotional. I'm speaking about we're victims. So my nephew, Zachary Gonzalez, little backstory, his dad was killed by a drunk driver in 2002. Zach was 3 at the age. His mom died suddenly of leukemia when he was 9. So we obtained custody of Zach. We did not adopt him because he didn't want new parents, so I am his legal guardian aunt, but I consider myself his parent, and he's one of my boys. We had custody of Zach for 6 years, and he was making progress and coming a long way from being a 9-year-old lost little boy to a rambunctious 15-year-old teenager. When he was 15, he was riding his bike with friends and was killed by an impaired driver. I received a knock on my door at the time that Zach was due to be coming in, and it was 2 of our local police department telling me that Zach was killed. And as you can imagine, you don't ever want that knock on the door, but you don't believe it either. So I didn't believe it was him. I kept trying to go to the scene. I was not allowed to go to the scene, showing them pictures. I pulled up my phone because we had just went on a vacation to celebrate his 15th birthday in Disney. Like, it's not him, it's not him. And they told me it was him and that his friends had identified that it was him. We didn't know at that time that he had been killed by an impaired driver. That came later down the line. And then through the efforts of the police department, we found out that it was a 60-year-old man who killed Zach, driving 55 miles an hour with cocaine, Valium in his system, Percocet in his system, bottle of Oxycontins in the car without his name on it, 5 cocaine pipes under the seat with residual in the car, but yet he was still driving. It's a long journey going through this, and nobody ever wants to be a victim. And I don't come here for pity or sympathy. We come to bring this for awareness, because nobody should have to bury one of their children. And as you can see, there's a lot of us that have been here that have buried our children. Zach had a promising future. His future's gone. More grandchildren are gone. He didn't get to go to prom. He didn't get to go get married, graduate high school. We graduated high school, but it's an empty seat with 800 chairs. And it's a choice to drive impaired. That man chose to get behind the wheel with drugs in his system. No matter what your excuses are, it's still a choice. You make the choice to do your drugs and then to get behind the wheel. If you're going to do something, at least don't drive. The local police department are amazing. I've had the pleasure of working with MADS Victim Services, who kind of made me sane, because I was a hot mess of anger, and it's not a pretty sight. I've had the pleasure of working with PA Paid, which is a parent organization trying to fight laws to make stricter penalties. I've met a lot of police officers. I've had the pleasure of going to DUI checkpoints. Not really a pleasure, but it's amazing what choices people make. So my perspective is do better is basically, it's your choice to drive impaired. I shouldn't have to go to a cemetery or a funeral home and visit my 15-year-old laying on a gurney beyond recognition to say goodbye. I shouldn't have to go to a cemetery. I shouldn't have to worry about my house burning down and all my memories burning up with Zach. My memories are pictures. I have a death certificate. I have an autopsy report. Those aren't the memories a parent wants. I want the wedding pictures and the grandchildren and the prom pictures. So try to be smarter with your choices. There's Uber, there's Lyft, there's family. There's really no excuse for driving impaired, and you'll always hear an excuse, and to me, an excuse is just empty words. Shoulda, coulda, woulda doesn't get us where we need to be, and makes your choice now makes my memories, or I have to go visit my boy at a cemetery. And like I said, no parent should have to visit their 15-year-old at a cemetery. So he's forever 15. I'm very thankful to have memories here. And it's sad, but Zach and his dad are both right next to each other, 12 years apart, and 2 of them killed by impaired drivers. A family of 4, and that's the statistic, is 2 out of 4 are killed. My life will never be the same again. And again, I don't want sympathy, but just make good choices. Everybody likes to go and have a drink. I don't drink, but they'll go drink. Or the new thing is drugs. And everybody, just because it's a prescription doesn't mean you can drive with it in your system. So be smart, be educated, educate those around you. All these laws are passing, and we need to respect them and respect our police officers. And I'm very thankful for all of them that do the job that we don't want. I can't imagine having to come and notify parents, be on the scenes, or fighting for us. But it's truly appreciated. PennDOT, I appreciate them changing laws and working to make better, stricter laws and educate people. These deadliest days, we don't want any more bricks here with us, and unfortunately, there will be. Really don't have much else to say. Can I show a picture of Zach? This is my Zach. This is on his 15th birthday. And on his death certificate, it says he was 15 and 3 days old. That's sad. Nobody deserves this. He was a bright kid, a quirky smile, a funny grin, developing his own personality. And, you know, these are my memories. So if you can, before you decide to drive impaired, think of what my Zach or any of us here could lose because of your choices. Thank you.